invite Dr. Talat Fatima. And please, I want a resounding applause. It is a humongous effort on her part, covering 6 years. And it is only right that the daughter of the original writer undertook this labor of love.
Janab Sunil Mishra ji, our guest of honor, respected Dr. Sudipto Mishra ji, our guest of honor, respected Madam Rupa Chakraborty, our guest of honor, and all of you are guest of honor, all the elite members, you are most welcome to be here. Of course, ladies and gentlemen. Glory to King Wajid Shah and glory to Dr. Kokab Qadar Sajjad Ali Mirza for writing this mammoth book to lift Wajid Shah from a whirlpool of controversies, infame and indignation and disgrace. There were many opponents of Wajid Shah, of course during his lifetime and later on as well. But there was no one to defend him. At least no one to defend him so vocally. It was after years and years, decades, more than a century, that only one person stood up and said that whatever has been written by motivated authors, even Wajid Shah's courtesans, his loyalists, and above all, by the motivated, politicized British government. All that was the unforgiving mistake of history. He stood up to say, even his seniors in Aligarh said, in Aligarh Muslim University said, that you really have the guts. Wajid Shah is surrounded by an aura of disgrace, and if you really succeed in piercing the veil and bringing out the real Wajid Shah before the world, then it will be your achievement. Dr. Kokab was adamant. It was his madness, a craze, that he wanted to give Wajid Shah his rightful place in history. He tried, succeeded a lot. But I will not say, unfortunately, there is nothing like disfavor or any comment towards any community or language. But the readership of Urdu, the massive research, the investigative research spreading over 38 months was naturally done in Urdu. And then the thesis took the form of an Urdu book, as Madam Vajanti said, published by in 1995. But about 30 years back, the readership of Urdu is limited, and everybody will be agreeing with me that it has no compare with the readership of English, of course, which is global and worldwide. So, not exactly from my mind, I was busy with my small work, law books, law teaching. But of course, my family, my brothers and sisters, not to forget the celebrity Miss Manzilat Fatima. I was having an Urdu subject in my higher secondary in West Bengal. A little of Urdu I knew. And then I thought all my education was naturally in English medium, all my law education. But I had to pull the strings back. Then I realized that they are telling me, even my father was alive at that time, and he also gave me an authority letter to do it, reposing his confidence in me, that I will do justice to the work which he has really done with hard work. So, then I thought, slowly I started on that, and it took me about 6 years to pass through this very tough journey of translating this mammoth classic work. This book, the mammoth classic work, I will say, which was in Urdu, many of you may be knowing Urdu, of course, but if ever you come through those pages, you will find that the book is full of Arabic, Persian, Urdu, Punjabi, Hindi and Braj language words in their toughest form. Some dictionaries came to my help. I went on doing and doing. I had to contact some Persian professors to help me in translating those Persian stanzas, and I could somehow, an unwise like me, could complete it. It was only the blessing of the dead, all my ancestors, and of course, the love and blessings of all my brothers and sisters, families, friends, everybody, that I could complete it. I will tell you about the book something very peculiar. The thing is that the research work was very tough, the translation was very tough, and the publication also was very tough. I am happy that today we see the book sees the light of the day because of our very esteemed publishers, Hachette India Gurugram. They really worked hard towards it. They could identify the importance of the book, and they did justice to it. I will be thanking them within a minute by name. I would like to tell you why this book is so important. I just don't know the number, but a good number of books are written on Wajid Shah. But I promise you and I tell you, this book stands apart. Why? Not because my father has written it, of course not, but because it is backed by a very, very extensive research. There was something to bring out the truth and to bring Wajid Shah's real self before the world, to highlight all his contributions in the field of not only literature, but also in the field of culture of India. Once you go through this book, I request you to kindly go through the translator's note. In those few pages, I tried to give a bird's eye view of the book. And also, I found very tough time. Wajid Shah's poems, stanzas are there in the book, Urdu book, and I was blank how to translate them into English. Somehow, I tried my best, and the result will be before you once you go through it. But going through the translation of the stanzas and the poems, you will find out that at least I tried to bring out the color and the fragrance. I tried my best. I couldn't do the best. I couldn't do the better. So in that way, I had to complete my work. I will tell you, for many reasons, this book is important. It is, if you want to know, people are usually asking me, how many wives, how many wives, how many wives? That is not the question. That is not answered by this book. We are not talking about Wajid Ali Shah's relations with the fair sex. Wajid Ali Shah's pen was so bold. He is himself writing his relation with the fair sex. He was not ashamed. He was not afraid. Even when he was the king, and even when he was not the king, he was always writing very boldly, whatever he was writing. 2,500 letters he wrote to his begmas in Lucknow from Fort William, when he was feeling alone. And then, he was not only the writer of the book, he was also the compiler of the letters. He compiled those letters and said that coming generation, put those letters before the coming generations. They will find a taste of literature in that. Who among us is going to publicize our love letters, love messages, whatever? No, nobody does that. But Wajid Ali Shah did that. 2,500 letters, most of them are destroyed now, unfortunately. But some of these are in the book, extracts and all, because this book was written, the Urdu book was written some 60, 70 years back. So some stanzas from there you will find, and I have translated it. And there were many controversies regarding Wajid Ali Shah's number of divans. Number of Wajid Ali Shah's divans fixed at 7. Number of Wajid Ali Shah's writings fixed at 42. And more important, you must have heard the name of the Masnavi Ishqnama, crowning glory of Wajid Ali Shah, piece of literature. At that time, many motivated poets claimed the authorship of Ishqnama. Dr. Kokab, with proof, I'm a small person, law person, but I was happy to see that he writes with proof, references of English writers, and so many things. He writes that no, whatever is written by Wajid Ali Shah. Ishqnama is the birth of Wajid Ali Shah and no other person. In this way, Begmati language, there was, because of the letters, Begmati language was coined. So to say that Begmats of Lucknow are writing those letters, and that is why Begmati, very nice language. No, that was a myth. Dr. Kokab dispels that. He says no. The Begmats were, sorry to say, they were not well read. And those letters were written by higher letter writers. Maulana Taqi, Ali Jan, Mir Ali, Asir, etc. He named them. He names them that they have written. And no one so far has refuted that. So Begmati language myth was busted. So many other things you will find from here. If ever you want to see, you want to know how many children were Wajid Ali Shah had. Must have read so many, I don't want to mention things. But in this book, Dr. Kokab writes, children, how many children? And their name. If you want to read the names of the children, sons and daughter, read the book. If you want to know how many wives actually he had, read the book. If you want to see that what is the motive behind his writing the Masnavi Ishqnama, read the book. So many things you will find. Once you go through the book, you will yourself discover that something has been done, and that has been done with proof. So that way, this book was appealing, important, and we as a small family, humble descendants, we thought that at least this should be made known to many people, more and more people, so that the misunderstanding, the disgrace which surrounds Wajid Ali Shah's reign is removed to a good extent. That was mainly there. As about us, right in the end, I would like to say something about us as descendants. The crown has fallen, the empire lost. Pomp and splendor vanishes. But the legacy of knowledge and education and culture continues. We have inherited this. I often feel whenever I was going through the book, we have inherited a little of majesty from Amjad Ali Shah, a little of genius from Wajid Ali Shah, a little of valor and bravery from Begum Hazrat Mahal, a little of ingenuity from Birjiz Qadar, and of course, a little of blue blood in our veins from our grandfather, Meher Qadar. All this help us in going through the times. No longer we are rolling in diamonds and rubies. The time has gone, everybody knows. But you will see that this couplet which is written here, that is why it is written here, and the memento which I will be gifting to our esteemed guest, I have made it the theme. I have made this couplet the theme of that memento, thereby saying that right in the end, Wajid Ali Shah wanted nothing. दौलते दुनिया की अख्तर कुछ नहीं है एहतियाज, दौलते दुनिया की अख्तर कुछ नहीं है एहतियाज, हमको कागज और स्याही और खामा चाहिए. अख्तर. Nothing temporal, nothing royal. All I want, all I need is pen, paper and ink. This he wrote in Fort William, right towards the end. And then we as humble people, humble descendants, we have taken that yes, we don't have rubies and diamonds, we don't have crown, we don't have throne, but we can imbibe this to some extent, to whatever extent. So in this way, I can tell you that some of us are government officers, some of us are in the line of education, some of us are budding entrepreneurs, some of us are flying in private skies, but all of us have taken the path of self-reliance and independence. We wanted that we may not be recognized, naturally we may not be recognized by wearing very heavy jewelry, wearing heavy things. Our house is also very humble. It's heritage, but it is very humble. So at least this thing, which is in our blood, we can use it to some extent. And so we did that. And just wanted to tell you that दौलते दुनिया की अख्तर कुछ नहीं है एहतियाज. I don't want anything, but I only want pen, which means the legacy of knowledge, intellect, and education continues. This much we have followed. We have tried to follow, not followed exactly, but we have tried to follow this. And ultimately, I would like to tell you many things you will be going through in the book. And ultimately, I would like to tell you that the entire work, the journey of translating this mammoth task was not easy. It was not easy. Many times I just said, I am not for it, I will not do it. Because I am busy with my law books, sections and precedents and all that. So I was a bit, but anyhow, as I have written in my translator's note, my very humble knowledge of Urdu was, for the first time in life, it was put to some use, and I could grasp what my father wanted to say and what Wajid Ali Shah wanted to say in his poems, etc. So in this way, I would like to thank. Nobody in this world can say that he is, he cannot claim, he cannot be independent, and let alone me. So in this journey of translation, there were many who really helped me. They were at my side. The first thing which comes to my mind are about my publishers. Hachette India. They did a good job. They did a good job. They went on and on because you know, translating Urdu words, and every time in editing, they are telling me what is this meaning, what it comes, how do you write this, please write it again. So they were, though they were, I will not use the word irritated, but they were having hard times in editing. And every time they were asking me so many questions on the same thing. I went on explaining this to them. Sometimes I thought that they are going very meticulous, but even then I thought, no, it is really commendable. I went on appreciating them again and again. And, excuse me, today I will appreciate by name Mr. Thomas Abraham, ex-MD Hachette India, who was the very first person to repose faith in me and in this book. And he said that yes, we will publish it. I also thank present MD Riti Jaburi for her cooperation. But Miss Abhivyakti Singh was my companion. The commissioning editor, Hachette India, was my companion throughout the months, maybe 1.5 years it took for editing and all that. She was really sincere, helped me a lot, and I really thank her also for their really, and I will tell you that their seriousness is depicted in the fact that they said that this book, ma'am, is important for us also. Although we are mostly in trade books, but we are really happy with this book, and that is the proof they have given. They have said that the print will not be Hachette India print. The print will be John Murray UK print. Once you handle the book, you will find that they have proved this. There is a John Murray logo given there, and they have come out with that. We are really happy that the publication is really, it has given it a classy and exclusive look. I once again thank all my brothers and sisters. Once again thank all Miss Manzilat Fatima. She was after me, do it and do it. You can. And Kamran, he also helped me a lot. All my brothers and sisters are of course there. They are always supporting me and saying that you do it, only you can do it. I don't know whether I've done it or not. It will come before you very soon. And I'm really thankful to them, to all of them. Thankful to the very elite members here, very elite guests here. Very happy to receive you here. And Janab Professor Azudda Sahab, Assalamu alaikum. बहुत खुशी है, आप अंदाज़ा नहीं लगा सकते हैं कि आपके यहाँ मौजूद रहने पर हम लोग सब कितना खुश हैं, और ये चीफ गेस्ट बनाना आपके लिए कोई बात नहीं है। अज़ुद्दा साहब हमारे अब्बा के बहुत करीबी रहे हैं, और जब उन्होंने सुना तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, हमको तो आना है। Coming from Kashmir at the age of 88 years, he himself said। और हम लोगों को बहुत खुशी है, उनसे अपनाइयत मिलती है, और इसलिए वो यहाँ हैं चीफ गेस्ट के तौर पर। उनके अलावा शायद कोई भी इतने काबिल नहीं था, क्योंकि वो किताबें खुद भी लिख चुके हैं, ट्रांसलेशंस कर चुके हैं। इसलिए उनको हम बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। जनाब सुनील मिश्रा जी, I can't say Sunil Mishra ji was, I don't have words how to say about him. He's such a big person. Big person is the word we are using. We really express our gratitude, sir, that you are here. Express our gratitude to Dr. Sudipto Mishra, a real family man, such a good name for us. And when he heard about the book launch, he said, I will be there. That was the spirit that touched us. Very happy. And of course, Rupa madam, and Rupa Chakravarti madam. Many times my sister talked about them, and she is very much here, taking out her valuable time. Thanks will also be given by many persons here. I am really happy. And just right in the end, these a few lines are echoing in my mind about Wajid Shah. These are not just wordings of Wajid Shah by some anonymous poet. With that, I will end my long talk. जर्रों में रह गुजर की चमक छोड़ जाऊंगा. Finally, Shah is saying as if जर्रों में रह गुजर की चमक छोड़ जाऊंगा, पहचान अपनी दूर तलक छोड़ जाऊंगा, पहचान अपनी दूर तलक छोड़ जाऊंगा. खामोशियों की मौत गवारा नहीं मुझे, खामोशियों की मौत गवारा नहीं मुझे, शीशा हूं टूट कर भी खनक छोड़ जाऊंगा. जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय बांग्ला. Thank you very much. Know your neighbor. Without them, really, we could not have done anything, because for me, Kolkata is my birthplace, upbringing, schooling, everything, but not many contacts here, not at all. And but know your neighbor. When my sister said, know your neighbor, and you will know your guest, she told me. So all the know your neighbors people, and very especially Sabir Ahmed ji, he is not present today, and Mohammad Riaz ji, and Antara Mukherjee, very, very controlling authority she has. This is very well arranged and well managed work she has done. And there is a selfless person around, and that is Madam Vajanti Bose, coming before you again and again. I'm really thankful to her. She has no connection with us, nothing like that. Connection in the sense that professional type of. But she was really so graceful, so nice. And at once she said that I will be there wholeheartedly. So my very special thanks to you, ma'am. Really thankful to you all. Thank you all. Thank you very much.